this is our page for the kids' quarters. And
it's all matched. It's all matched to the given quarter that is there. So you have exactly the same content, but in a children's-based language and games and activities.
Then what we chose to do, and this will be available to you, there's two areas we focus special journals on, interactive journals. One is to stop smoking. So for that 20% of your population, anybody who wants an interactive journal that's stage matched for thinking about stopping smoking, this is the journal. We had the program coordinator being able to pass those out. Anyone that would ask for it would get one. And then several of our sites said, well, could we just set them out somewhere where someone could pick them up without having to ask for it? He said, sure. And it increased the number of people who wound up using them. We also have one for weight management. The same type of thing. It's an interactive journal for people who want to concentrate on changing their weight. These are, I think, 40-page journals, frankly 32-page journals. The one for weight management, we've sold about 1 million of those over the last number of years. So they've been proven, and we've edited them each year as we learn things. In the stop smoking one, I think we probably have about 20,000 of those out, I would assume, over a period of time. So right now, what's unfolding for us is we've done this work for a year. We wound up finding, we thought we were the pie. And we wound up finding we aren't big enough to be the pie. We need to be a piece of the pie. And so we're really focused on how we can bring behavioral change to the individual. And so we joined with IHPM as a partner. And so if you look at what we just looked at, it's kind of our IHPM Healthy Quarters core. And this is what focuses in again on the employee, the corporate culture, and the family. But in addition to that, then we have the work that IHPM can do in terms of health management, pharmaceutical assessment, biometric assessments, medication therapy, value-based benefit design. So we're offering to the country this full range of products. And then just in the last month, we have signed an agreement with ProChange, which is Jim Prochaska's group. So he's coming in and editing and monitoring all of the work that we do to make sure it's evidence-based. And in fact, on our website then, we'll have a stage-match health risk intervention program that has been tested and has been extremely effective. Can you explain that?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's very, you're familiar with the health risk assessment, right? You complete that. What's very unique and different about the ProChange model is that once you complete that health risk assessment, it immediately turns you to the appropriate intervention and the stage of change that you're in based around your responses. So you complete the health risk component of it. It then targets you into the specific intervention underneath the problem areas you've identified, whether it's diabetes, weight management, smoking, whatever that target is. Then you go back in a refined way, move into ways from a website method to start to look at making that change based around what your individual stage of change is, which then ties itself to journals.
So you can go to our website and hook into that immediately. It will be up within the next several weeks. So this, in essence, I want to go into the one other part. The activity side of Healthy Quarters. Within here, for each quarter, we have anywhere from 100 to 200 activities per quarter. So it's real clear in terms of how they're set up and how they're done. And then our coach, our corporate coach, would work with the appropriate person within your group, and you pick and choose. You cherry pick those that you might want to do, and we encourage 3 or 4 a month probably. Some of the organizations we have do a lot more than that. But some of them are just ongoing sorts of areas. For example, one of our companies in the morning and in the afternoon walk around their building. And they walk one time in a forward motion, another time backwards. They skip, they walk and sing a song. They do all kinds of little interesting differences, but it takes them approximately 3 minutes to walk around the building. So that's what they do. We're blessed with the president of our company, a woman who is just unbelievably physically fit and loves to exercise. So she has what she calls crunch time. And as the president, she walks through and screams, "Crunch time!" And everyone at that given time can do nothing if they choose. But some of them will do a push-up from their desk, just a kind of easy push-up. Some will actually get on the floor and do crunches.
Jump rope, hula hoop.
Hula hoop. We have hula hoops at our place. We have jump ropes at our place. Some will stand on one foot for balance, and then on the other foot. But it's just a couple of minutes. It's like it's nothing. It's like a minute and a half or 2 minutes. But the energy and the message of the president running through our publishing company saying, "Crunch time!" and we get 100% participation. We also do really interesting things after work that is totally voluntary. And this is not only at our organization, but at the other, where we get 90% of the people staying after work to get in on one of the games.
Dodgeball game, giant jacks, sock fights, all kinds of interesting things. You just have to come see it.
And that includes family? You get people who have to work and bring their family to do those kind of things? Or that's just
We have, this is right after work. When work is off at 3, we work from 6:30 to 3:30. At 3:30 it starts. And then they're done by 3:45 class. So again, I think one of the things that we learned when we aired on early on was we tried to make things too big and too bold and too complex. And now we're just focusing on what are those little slivers that you can do to engage people that get them thinking about this, get them changing.
The key is when you create activities, you have to create them so one, they fit into the current work environment, and 2, they're non-intrusive. So the standing up while you're at your desk, you still can answer the telephone while you're doing that. Crunch time, you're standing right next to it. You do a walk for your break instead of sit down at a couch someplace. We find all kinds of really innovative ways to get, based on how your structure and setting is, to get individuals engaged in doing something different. Something that breaks up their day, changes the way their working memory functions, and it gets them engaged in just the general process of doing something. So it's the behavior part of the cognitive behavioral piece.